Hello everyone, welcome back to the non-league treatment room with me, Cookie. As always, Davo is alongside me. How are you, mate? You good?
Mate, I'm in a dream world here. Look at this.
What a setup. It's a new setup. It's what we do. We keep moving on. We keep improving.
Yeah,
we keep building, as they say. But no, what Averson Town, incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
What moves they're making, of improvements to the ground and the facilities here are just incredible, aren't they? They're just forever changing.
Yeah, growing.
So it is growing, isn't it? But how are you? You good?
Yeah, all good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm ready to get going.
Yeah.
Good guest today.
We have.
He's our youngest guest, you know.
He is.
So no pressure on him.
No
pressure on the young lad, like our youngest guest. Apart from Beckray, but he was with Tom Tonks, so I'm not going to count that.
Yeah, but I think as well that beyond a phone or a laptop, it's different, isn't it? When it's face to face, it can be a little bit more intimidating.
He's right in front of us, so it could be interesting. But let's get him in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So in the treatment room tonight, we have a young, dynamic midfielder who's a young talent and has played for massive non-league clubs already. He's still just 23 years old. We'll speak to him about his aspirations in football and his early days in non-league football. Please welcome Max Brogan.
Max, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thank you for getting me on. To be fair, I said when you texted me saying like how buzzing I was, like you asked me to come on because I am a big fan. Like,
superb, mate.
Get to listen, like, obviously all the other episodes. So yeah,
I bump into your old man sometimes at the barbers and stuff like that,
yeah.
and he'll always say to me, Davo, good episode.
Yeah,
this weekend.
he loves it. Yeah, he always says, shot guys. He had two episodes. He had to have two parts of him. But yeah,
a lot of them could be two-parters.
Yeah, mate,
we're here for sometimes 3 hours, and you're like, oh, time goes on. But really happy to have you, mate. Honestly,
Thank you.
Like a young talent, and like I said, massive clubs already played for.
Yeah,
you know, just to name a few: Solihull Moors, Nuneaton Borough, Barwell, Scunthorpe, Telford.
Yeah.
I mean, I could dive in straight away. I mean. How are you finding your career so far at obviously a young age, but played for those big clubs already?
Yeah, it's good. Like I always say, I always want to play the best level I can. You see, so when all these clubs come about and chances come about, I think you just got to take them because you don't. I don't want to look back in my career and think, I wish I'd done that. Or too comfortable here, too comfortable there. So I always like to just kind of push myself and just see the best I can do, really. So obviously getting all these opportunities is brilliant, to be fair.
Yeah, nice, mate. We're going to kick off. How's it going at Telford?
Yeah, really good.
Obviously, you're on loan, aren't you?
Yeah, on loan from
Scunthorpe. How are you finding that? Obviously, previous guests of the podcast have been on.
Yeah.
You know, who are your teammates? Jimmy Armisen, Stenson, Cole Storer, even Nooney, who's a coach there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gudge as well at a short period. How is it?
Yeah, it's really good, to be fair. Like, it's good just to go get some games, and obviously I know a lot of the lads, obviously like Steno, Stars, people like that, Gudja. So it's good to just go and play football with them. Obviously we've got a really good side, top of the league. So yeah, it's really good to just go and try and help get promotion out of that league. So like I was saying off camera, I've got a little bit of got in the car school with them boys. So
big one.
I listened to was it Gudges or Jimmy Armison's about their old car school, so I was in with them. I'm in with them boys. So,
but that's a big learning process.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know.
I think the first time, obviously, when I first went on loan, I texted Gudge saying, obviously, I knew he got a car school, so I was like, can I jump in? He's like, yeah. So then, obviously, he's gone on to Kettering. So I text Jimmy saying, can I do? He's like, yeah, you'll drive, mate. Straight away. So I had to get him in the drive. But it's a good laugh. Yeah.
I know we're jumping on a little bit early, but we talk about it so much, how important things like that are, because you know, so you don't want to really be travelling to games on your own. You know, you want people to bounce off, you want people to have a conversation with, and let's be honest, not talk about football for a bit. You might be having a crack, you might be having a bit banter and stuff like that, and I think it's an integral part of the game.
100%.
I do massively.
100%.
I'm going to jump on to the next question, Cookie, if I can. So I want to talk about your early career. So where did football all start for you? Was there any academies involved or anything like that? But we're really interested to know where your journey started and the first time you kicked a ball and sort of where it went from there. Yeah,
so literally I just started like anyone else, really, just playing football down the park with my mates. I think I wasn't really like, when I was younger, so you see kids now coming through at like 5 and 6 and they're at academies and stuff. I wasn't really like that. I was like, just played. I wasn't really too interested. Obviously, my dad's a massive football fan, so he always wanted to get into it. So I started about 7, I did, at Aviston Rangers.
Yeah.
So I literally just went down there, played, trained and stuff, and then my dad took one of the teams, so we literally just started in a team down there. So it was literally 5-a-side, just playing football with my mates.
Yeah.
So when that happened, obviously, playing for a year or so, at the start I started getting into it, and then I was doing quite well, to be fair. You know, when it's like 10-0 or something like that, you score 3 or 4. So my dad used to give me like little insight, if you score a hat-trick this week, I'll get you a Tottenham kit or something like that. So obviously just went around doing that, and then I was doing quite well, to be fair. And then I got a call. Actually, I was at a school, and my mum rang me up, and she was like, I went to the office. She was like, "Oh, you're going on trial at Walsall." So I was thinking, I didn't really know the leagues or anything. Course, so I was Walsall. She was like, they're it's an academy. So just went down there and then went on a 6-week trial, and then I signed for Walsall then. So, but it was literally just down the park with my mates and just in the garden with my dad, really. That's where it all started. And then signed for Walsall when I was 8, so I only did a year in grassroots. Yeah. So
what was that like, having your old man as a gaffer? Was it something that you struggled with, or did you relish in that?
At that age, I don't think I was too bothered, to be fair. Like there was time. Like my dad's not really one of them where he'd keep me on the whole game or something like that. He's not really like, he'd like to share it around, so he would bring me off first to like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it was fine. There was the odd game I can remember if he shouted at me, I'd storm off to my mum saying, he's shouting at me like this. But majority sound, just used to take the training sessions with another lad. His dad used to help us out as well, so it was all good, to be fair.
We've had guests on before, ain't we, Cookie, where the dad has been part of the management team, and me and our kid had that as well, where my dad came in, and you find that, not with everyone, but with some people, you get 2 different dads then. So you've got the dad that's the football gaffer. Yeah. And then you've got, your loving dad at home who's nice to you and stuff like that. Yeah. But football dads sometimes can be a bit of a prick. You know what I mean? Like, he tells you what you don't really want to hear. Yeah. And it's hard sometimes, but fair play.
Yeah, that's like at my coaching now. Like, dad's coming and like, look, can you just like try and get into it? He don't listen to me. I'll be honest, I don't listen to my dad now. I never listen to my dad, so I don't think it's just your kid. No one listens to the dad, but they only do.
I think it's about enjoying it at that
age,
100%.
100%.
It's all about that enjoyment, that just getting them outside, and just sort of getting them into the game, really, and just sort of having a kick about, innit, I think.
Definitely.
What was were you at Walsall from then on, like 9 years old or whatever it was, up until 16?
Yeah, so I signed when I was 8, so I went on a 6-week trial, and I did quite well, to be fair. And then they just asked me, actually, obviously I was on trial and I was still playing for Aviston Rangers at the time, and there was like, one of them tournaments where you go all day and it's like you play about 20 games. I was at one of them, and the scout who scouted me was at that game, at that tournament, and I think my dad spoke to him like years after, to be fair. He kept in touch with him, but he just said, we want to sign you and stuff. So I went there when I was 8, and I stayed there until 15, I think it was. So it was a long time, probably 7 or 8 years, really. So
how did you find that academy style? Because we talk about this a lot, don't we? Academy football comes up so much in these conversations of how people started and stuff. And I have my pros and cons about academy football. What about for you? How did you find that? Obviously, when you're young, it's probably a little bit different, like you're going to Walsall, okay. But when you get to them 13, 14, 15 years old, it gets a little bit more serious, maybe. So how did you find that sort of process?
I was fine, like you say. When you're at them younger years, it's not too bad. When I was 8, 9 or 10, you don't really think about it. Like, you're just playing football with your mates, kind of, still. So it's not like, obviously, it's good to go to, like, I was playing against like Uniteds and stuff every now and then, but obviously because we're Warsaw, we were like, I think it's Cat 3 or something, so we were playing against teams like Shrewsbury, Rochdale and stuff like that. So it was just normal playing football for me, to be fair. I'd say when I got to about 14, 15, you can start when I started getting my day release off school. That's when you started to change a little bit. But apart from that, Warsaw, it was good, to be fair. I always enjoyed it. I never really wanted to. You see some lads who want to quit football and stuff like that. I was never really like that. I always enjoyed it all the way through.
Was there any ever thoughts in your mind as you got into them older years, into your sort of early teens, that you were thinking, I could get released there? Or, you know, I'm sort of getting a little bit nervous before training now, or because it really started to mean something?
Yeah, to be fair, like, at the start, probably say from 9 to 13, I was always confident in myself. I was always thought, because to be fair, I had a really good couple of years there. I was actually playing at the back, to be fair, as well. So I was doing really well. Like, I can remember one year I won Player of the Year that year, and I won like 5 or 6 Player of the Months that year as well. So I was really found myself really good there. And then as I was getting older, I think you gradually do it anyway. When you start to get older, you get a little bit more nervous. You start overthinking things a little bit. So probably when I got released, it was probably a little bit like that, to be fair. Like, because I was a small player as well. I was tiny that's why I got released. So
that small card.
It's terrible. Yeah.
So you went into a meeting with your dad? When AIDS went. Did they actually say that you're too small?
Yeah. So
it was
literally 3 days before my birthday. So I remember going in. Like, I remember thinking, when it was called assessment day, so you always used to get nervous anyway. But before, and I remember going in and like I sat down. So he sat down and then he sitting like this, and he goes, "We're just gonna release you tonight, Max." That's the first thing he says. So
I suppose they have got to be a little bit brutal.
They've got to be, they've got to be. So my dad's sitting next to me, and there's like 3 of them there. So he just goes, "Oh, we're gonna release you tonight, Max. Do you want to know why, or do you want to just leave it there now like this?" Okay. So I know obviously you're young, so I was crying and stuff like that, and my dad was tapping me like this for me to answer, and I said, "Yeah, I'd like to know." And he was just like, we think you're too small, so you're not physical enough, and just to release the ball quicker, so that's the reason. And then my dad just asked a few questions, and they were like, to be honest, it's what your opinion doesn't really matter.
I think that's so strange.
Yeah,
you're too small. You're not. You're how tall are you now?
I'm 6'2" now.
6'2"
but to be fair, I was a late developer. You see, I was small, but I don't...
moving the ball to
not quick enough.
I mean, is
that's down to you then as a coach? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that can be taught and that can be brought on, but I suppose they want it there and then. It must be the hardest job in the academy is to sit there and look at a 15-year-old or 16 and go, sorry, no.
Yeah,
that must be the hardest thing.
The thing is, though, they've got to look at things as well, because I've been involved in that academy coaching and scouting role when I was at Leicester, and they always make you look at the parents. Now, your dad's not a small bloke.
No, he's not. No. But that's what I mean. Like, it's just you got to release someone, haven't you? Really, at the end of the day, like they probably may looking for excuses or something, but it happens, doesn't it? Really, at the time, you get a bit stressed. But I remember I got into the van after with my dad, and he was like, "Oh, I think you were unlucky there," so kind of made me feel a little bit better. So
were you thinking in your head what's next for me?
Yeah, that's the thing. You think I don't really know what to go from here, because obviously I was there till when I was 8, so you're just thinking just going back playing with your mates, because obviously, but all that's changed from when I was 7. I'm now 15, nearly turning 16. So you're thinking, where do I go from here? Luckily, one of the lads' dads has a Saturday team as well. Right. So all of the lads who got released just go straight to that team. So it was kind of...
You were okay with that?
Yeah, I was sound, to be fair. It was Sutton Coldfield. Oh, okay. So it was only up the road, so it was pretty close to me for Walsall. So we went there, and it was good because the lads who got released a couple of years before, they all went to that team. So it was like going and seeing similar faces who I just haven't seen for a couple of years. So it worked out fine in the end, really. Yeah.
But then you do drop into that Rugby Town under 18s.
Yeah, under 18s. Yeah.
Is that where you went to first, or was it?
So I went to. I got released when I was 15, and then I just went to Sutton Coldfield like under 16s football. Yeah. So that was just before it starts becoming youth team. So and we had a really good side because I'm not sure whether to do it at other academies, but when you get released, when you're younger, it's like once 6 months, and then it starts like every 3 months. Then, so when me and one lad got released, and then the next release date, they released about 10 players. So we all went to that Sutton team, and we had a really, like, all of the lads come, so we just we pissed the league, to be fair. Like, we won all the cups and stuff, and then I went to, the Neaton Griff under 18s. I went to there because, Lee Everett, he was the manager there, and is it Conor McEwen's dad? Scott McEwen, yeah, they were the managers, and... Evo said to me, "Oh, do you fancy coming down?" And I was only 16 at this point, And there was a lot of lads who like Connor McEwen, they were all 18, so I was thinking, go on then, like this. And then Evo, like, he's been brilliant, just chucked me straight in, and then just started playing with older lads then, really.
Were you still playing at the back, or did that...
No, that changed, yeah. I was only at the back for a little bit, but yeah, went to just in midfield, and then, so I went into the Neaton Griff under 18, so I was still playing for Sutton Coldfield at the time, and then that was Tuesday night, so it was Midland Floodlit, so just went and played for their under 18. It was good, to be fair, because I was playing against 18-year-olds when I was 16, so I got kicked a little bit, and then I went into rugby.
Yeah, how'd you find rugby?
It was good. Obviously, I've just left school, so I wanted to when I didn't really know about all these like scholarship programs like Strachan and rugby and stuff. When I found out about that, I went to a few, and then I chose rugby. Really enjoyed it. You get to play football every day, do your education, and had a really good time there, to be fair.
Did you see or would you say that back then you had a clear pathway of first team football then, or was it spoke about? Was it?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like, so when I finished school, so I finished with the Griff and Sutton Coldfield, so then I went to rugby. So then it was just like, right, I had that 2-year period then. So it was like, just enjoy your football, go and play. And then it was kind of like, I was thinking, right, because you see a few lads who are getting into academies and stuff from there. So I was thinking, right, if I do well here, I could maybe get like a scholarship at a pro club or something. So that was the main object, really. So just going through there, and we had a good team, to be fair. We went like...
Who was a gaffer?
At rugby.
Liam O'Neill?
Yeah. So... It was good because my dad played with him as well, so he kind of knew my dad anyway, so that helped. And we went and we had a really good team. We had J Rowe there, good player. He was at the Griff with me, to be fair, so I've knew Jay for a while. So
he's like moved on as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's kicked on, great career. He went to Scunthorpe, Boston. He's there, but Boston now, yeah. So I went to rugby. We had a really good team. We had J Rowe, and then we've had Callie Stewart, who's just gone to Shrewsbury. Kicked on massively. And we had a really good team, so I think we went first round FA Cup, and we won the league and stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
That's class, that is.
Yeah.
When did you start getting into the first teams? Was it like sort of other clubs like Coleshill Town, Sutton Coldfield, and then like when was that first team, like men's football? When did that first start for you?
So when I was at rugby in my first year, I actually come to the Adders for one game. I don't know if you can probably remember it. It was Ivor Green was the manager, and he texted my dad saying, does Max fancy coming down for a game? So I thought, may as well, like his first team. I think I was 16 at the time. It was my first year out of school. So I went down. It was only it was like a friendly. We beat Coton Green, like, I think we beat him like 10-0 or something. But it was Sam McClintock, you know.
We know Sam,
His first game from as well, and we both played that game. We both scored as well. So that was my first proper, like, non-league game. But then... And then obviously I was at the Griff with Evo. So Evo said, obviously I got a little bit older then. I turned about 17. He's like, do you want to come to Coleshill, training with Coleshill? So I was like, yeah, perfect. So I went in with them, and then I just started there, really.
How did you find that, being at non-league clubs, like you said, Adders pre-season, one game, and then Coleshill, but you're 17, 18.
Yeah.
But you're playing with experienced lads who are like 30.
Yeah.
Like, how was that for you? Obviously... Released from Walsall 15, joining sort of obviously Rugby Town and playing the Neaton Griff and stuff, and obviously you're learning your way in that, but then to then go into them pressure games where points mean something as well. Yeah. How was that for you? Was that a quick learning for you?
Yeah, it was. The thing, it's hard because I try and think to myself now. It's weird because when you're younger, you kind of think you'd overthink more, but when I was younger to now, I didn't really have much, like, not like fear, but I didn't really overthink too much because I used to think, I'm young, so I've got loads of time. So it didn't really cross in my mind that much. But to be fair, I've been really lucky with the teams I've been. I've had really good people in there with me. So when I went to Coleshill, there was some really good players in there, like Joey Howsall, been around non-league, Dan Tyman all helped me out, and Liam Molesworth, everyone. We had a really good team, and they were all really good with me, to be fair. So that only they helped me. I think they liked me as a player, to be fair. So that kind of helps.
I think that helps massively.
Yeah. So I think they thought we'll kind of like take him under our wing a little bit, and then we can help him. So that helped me out massively, really. So yeah, it's just. But I do get what you mean. I can remember when I was at Coleshill, like one of the first couple of games. So in pre-season, I played played a few games for them. I did really well, so they said they wanted to sign me. And then the first couple of games, I can remember we come in and we lost. I can't remember who it was. Who was it? I can't remember. And we lost, and he's come in and he's lobbed like this tape at the wall. He's punching the wall, and I'm like 17, sitting there like shitting myself like this. And then I'm thinking, what's going on here? And then Cam comes in. He's chucked the juice everywhere, and I'm thinking, is this what it's like? Like, points mean something. Like, you know, when managers say, people say, like, it's like people's mortgages on the line, isn't it? Like, it means everything to win 3 points, and it helped me, to be fair. Like, that's what people say, you get chucked in like the deep end and stuff, and you got to learn the hard way, and definitely helps.
I think it definitely is, isn't it? Like, we've talked about it again, lots of like academy players coming out and lose their way in non-league because they're like it's a bit of a shock to the system sometimes, can't it be? And often players come out of academies into non-league and they're just a shell. Like, it's like they can't cope with, especially if you're at somewhere like Bar when you've got Guy Adland absolutely screaming at you. But
which club would you say then, Max? Was it where you felt within yourself, right, I need to kick on here now, and I feel good. I'm knuckling down. I'm enjoying the people that I'm surrounding myself with and the football that I'm playing. Which club would you say that was?
Barwell, 100%. Like, I can remember when I went into Barwell, it was like step 3. Like, it's a I think that's a good level. So when I went into there, I think I was 19. So it was like, if you do well here, you could get it could really help you out. So went into there, and like, it was probably the first season or second, I really felt good in myself. I felt like I developed. I felt confident in myself. I felt like the team helped me a lot. It really helped. So I'd just probably say Barwell.
Yeah, I mean, Barwell, it's such a... I've been a physio at Barwell with Jimmy, and Guy's been there. It's such it's a strange club in a nice way.
Yeah.
They're at a really difficult, tough league.
Yeah, it is
that
tough,
step 3 is no joke.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
And there's like, you got Dave Lang and the gang who run it. Not many fans go, do they?
No.
But the players they pull are incredible. Like Brady Hickey, even Beck's been there. Peps, even when like Jimmy's been there. When back in my day, Craig Stanley, Deck Towers. I mean, Lower Castle. There's so many that you can name, and even now, like the players that go there are quality players, aren't they? How did you find Guy Hadland? How was your negotiation with him bringing you to the club? Was he like, you got no choice?
Yeah, so it was weird, to be fair, because obviously I can't remember. I think I was at Sutton Coldfield, so I was at Coleshill, and then I went and played a season at Birstall United, if you know a team that is. Step 6. So I went and played a year there, and like I wanted to like mention it because that was probably like, I know you said like your most influential. I think that helped me the most that year. Yeah. Because I was 17, 18. I went in and played 36, 40 games for them, and I played every single game, and it helped me out so much massively.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Like, I remember getting booted, kicked everywhere like that. I remember this is when I knew that non-league had to change, because I got the ball on the edge of the box. I tried to meg someone. They tackled me and scored. So I went in and everyone's like shouting at me. And I'm only 17, so it makes you learn. It helped me at the time. So then it was going into. Then I went to Sutton Coldfield, and then Guy come in for me. I think it was Alverchurch were coming in for me as well, and I had to choose out of Barwell or Alverchurch. And Guy rang me, and he was like, "Look, I want to bring you in. I think you're a good player and stuff." And like, you know, he's like, "You're fucking coming to me like this, yeah." So I went in and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So
I take it your 36 to 40 games then.
Yeah.
You obviously did very well, because that's a 3-league jump, by the way.
Yeah.
That's step 6 to step 3.
Yeah.
So would you say that when you were at Birstall, then you impressed big time?
So it was weird, because I was at Coes and I wasn't playing, and they were like, I was 17, so I'm not really going to play first year men's football. So Cam and Eva were brilliant with me. They were like, go to Birstall. Jim Dodds was the manager, unbelievable gaffer. They were like, go there and play some games. So went there, honestly, unbelievable club. Like, only a tiny little club. Went and played loads of games, scored a few goals and stuff, and I just enjoyed, probably one of my most enjoyable seasons actually in my career. And I did well, and then I went back to Coleshill for a season. So obviously it was a loan, but dual registration.
Yeah.
So then I went back to Coleshill and I played it was the season before COVID as it cut short.
Yeah.
So I started to do kind of well at Coleshill, scored like a few free kick, a few goals and stuff. And then that was when I went to Tamworth the first time, because it'll cut short COVID, like so missed a year. Yeah. So Tamworth were like, do you want to come in and train and stuff? So I went there. I did really well, but then it was a kind of saying there, you're not really quite ready. So that's when I went to Sutton Coldfield, which is it's like Coleshill and Sutton, the same kind of club.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that was when played some games, and then that's when Barwell come in for me. So
I think
it was like kind of like working my way up, kind of.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's really strong though. Like literally what you just said there. Like you went to Tamworth and they said you wanted to come in, but you were like, you know what? I've just had a season at Birstall.
Yeah.
Played games. Played some games at Coleshill. You probably knew that you're probably going to be on the bench at Tamworth.
Yeah,
or not
yeah,
in the
yeah,
squad.
yeah.
So that's a good head to go. Actually, I could go to Tamworth.
Yeah.
Get the tracksuit.
Yeah.
Whatever. Might be a bit more dough. But then you've actually thought, I want to play
Yeah,
games.
100%.
You've had that taste of games,
Oh,
which
mate.
is like much more than anything
Yeah.
else, I would say. And every guest we've had on here have said, any advice to youngsters has been get game time.
Yeah.
game time,
Absolutely,
game time.
mate.
So for you to do that is like fair play to you at all. But
Well, mate, it's going to sound a really weird analogy. If you've just baited up an area in fishing, you ain't going to go and cast somewhere else, are you? Do you know what I mean? You've just baited up an area there.
It's a new analogy for you, that is.
You've just had a good little stint in this area here where step 6 for Max, scoring goals, playing 36 to 40 games. So for me, he's done it the right way because he's not tried to take massive steps.
Yeah.
And you've seen people fail
Yeah.
in non-league because they've gone for that extra tenner or they've gone because it's this club and it's not worked out, whereas he's done it the right way. It's small steps. You know, even if you've got to withstand and do another season in step 6, it's about getting your name out there. Look at Callie Stewart,
Yeah.
by the way. Do you know what I mean?
That it was when I was at Birstall, because when I went to Tamworth and obviously I was at Coleshill, it's all about you want to just slowly move up, don't you? So when that's what I always think, and people have told me, if a move high, why wouldn't you want to go and improve yourself? So that was why. So when I was at Birstall, I did half a season, and I can remember I was doing well. I was playing games, so I went back to Cam Stewart and I said, "Do you reckon I could go maybe step 5 and improve myself? I always want to improve myself." So he was like, "Yeah, all right, let me try and sort it." And I actually went to Lye Town. I went to Lye Town, but I literally went there and I was on the bench the first game, and then they just didn't put me in the squad. So then I was like, I always make a jump to try and improve stuff. It just doesn't work. Just go back and play some games.
Absolutely.
So I went back. I literally went for like a month or so. I didn't get a minute on the pitch. Like just tried to improve, but then didn't play. So I was just go back to Birstall to the end of the season, and then obviously go up again, go back to Coleshill and try and do well, and then Tamworth come round. So that was why I thought, right, weren't playing, go back and play some games. So it's all about you want to better yourself, but you don't want to sit around doing nothing, do you?
It's just about the right mentality of not blowing too much smoke up your arse and going, I'm ready to move up now. And the thing is, non-league football is a circuit, right? If you're doing well, your name's going to pop up. People are going to find out. People are going to know about you. So, like going back to Callie Stewart. Callie Stewart had an unbelievable goal-scoring career at, was it Sphinx?
Sphinx, yeah.
Then he went to Leamington.
Yeah.
Now he's at Shrewsbury.
Yeah.
It's all about consistency.
Yeah.
It's all about the way that you put yourself across. It's about your points, or your tally, sorry.
Yeah.
It's about what you bring as an individual, but being level-headed. So understanding that I need that season at step 6, but it's the right mentality to have, Max, because people that drop from academy football think that they're automatically in this sort of swimming area of step 2 to step 3.
Yeah.
Not.
That's what I was listening to your Shane Byrne episode. Yeah. And he even said when he dropped out, he said, I thought everyone was shitting on league, and little did he know it's tough. It's tough there, isn't it?
Ball game.
So that's why I'm kind of happy how it's worked out that I had to be at the bottom. Like I kind of come out of academy at a good time, really. 14, 15, so I could go and enjoy my football, and then start my non-league journey at the bottom and just slowly move my way up. So
how did you find Barwell then with Guy and stuff?
Oh, brilliant! Honestly,
it's a good group.
Yeah, unbelievable. Like I can't thank Guy enough. Like I still call him like Gaffer now. Like even though he did give me a rib tickle if I didn't call him Gaffer. Yeah, hit me if I called him Guy.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, so I went in there and honestly, he was brilliant. Hard on me, hard, but only helped me. Like,
but you know why? That's because you cared, though, and you could see what you got.
Yeah.
I've seen it before when I've been at Bow and been with Guy, that he's hard on players because he knows they've got something. He's so hard on Matty Stenson.
Yeah,
he gives him shit on Twitter now still. Like, but that's because he cares and he knows that they can do 100%. What they can do. So that's fair enough.
Yeah. I can't say anything like good about him. He's brilliant. So went in there and he was. I didn't get him at the start. Do you know what I mean? You don't.
Everyone says that.
I didn't get him, so I didn't really know him. So I'd go in and he'd be like, he had COVID actually. So when I went in, it was Marcus Law, who was like managing while he had COVID. So I had to take 2-3 weeks off. So I didn't really play at the start because obviously he didn't know where I played, and we had a few tough games. So when Guy come in, he started playing me, bringing me off the bench and stuff, introducing me, and then he'd start me in a game. I think we lost, and he texted me saying, "Right, you're going to get your chance now. Just make sure you take it." So I played the next week. I played quite well, and then it was one of them. I'd play like 3 games, and they'd just pull me out, me out randomly.
Yeah.
And then they'd put me back in, and I was like, I don't really get it.
Okay.
And obviously, it was him like trying to test me a little bit. So he'd bring me out in training, he'd join in and just nail me. Just keep getting. He used to say, "You're just a pussy." He'd call me like that, and then it helped me so much. Like, I thought I worked hard before, but when I went to Guy, he would be literally non-stop on me. I doubled my running playing for him. It made me realise, right, that's how hard you've got to work off the ball, make your runs in behind and stuff like this. So, and he'll probably say now, like, he realised the change in me when he joined in training, and I was nailing him, and he was like, I got him once, and then he says, "Oh, I got him again." He's like, "Right, I think I've got through to him a little bit now." So then it was, it helped me massively, made me grow up a little bit. Obviously, I was in the changing room with some one of the best changing room I've ever been in. We had Brady Hickey, unbelievable. I had Ben Stevens, and just Peps as well. Like, we had a really good team. So. When I went in, I got on really well with like Brady and stuff. And when you get in with like they were like, he's not the main boy, but he's a big boy at Barwell. So he kind of looked after me, and that helped me out massively. And
were you playing alongside him?
Yeah, so we had Peps, and Brady really, or Ross Alton. Do you know Ross Alton? Yeah, it was him. So it was me, Brady, and like Peps in there really. So we just always used to change. So it worked well. And Brady, like, he helped me out. To be fair, he was like, he'd encourage me to do well because he obviously wants me to do well because you can see like he liked me. So helped me out massively. But yeah, Guy was brilliant for me, really good.
When you had this sort of little stepping cycle that you went on up the leagues then, Max, what would you say was the biggest thing that you noticed within the game on the pitch?
What, going up the leagues?
Yeah.
I think it just gets quicker slowly as you get up. Like, I can remember when I was at obviously Burst, we get a lot of time. Obviously, it's step 6. It's a lot of lads just doing it for the fun. Like, didn't get paid or nothing, so it's just fun. And then obviously Coleshill, Cam and Evo, brilliant for me. Helped me out with my football career so much. So it just a little bit more professionalism. You had lads take care of the bodies and stuff. It was still that little element of like, have a beer after the game and stuff like that, but it was just a little bit serious every time. I can remember we was playing for Coleshill. I passed the ball backwards when we were losing, and Joey Elsa was like, "Pass it forwards, like we're losing." Just makes you realise that professionalism. Then went to Barwell, the same again. You get less time on the ball, and then just more professionalism. It just gets athletes more athletic as you go up, and just less time on the ball. Really, that's and more physical.
Because I can't remember when it was, Max, but I remember I looked on Instagram and you popped up on my Insta, and I seen that you fucking piled on the size. Like you've been working hard in the gym. Yeah. What stage was that?
So that was the Barwell season, really.
So yeah,
it was kind of like, because I was a late developer. I had to, when I was probably 16, I had to go to hospital because I wasn't growing. So like, it took me a while to really develop. So I can remember like that's why obviously I was late developer from Walsall, so always small, and then I had to go to hospital because I was going to needed what Messi had, the
is it stem cells? No,
something like, it was like what they call them, injections or something to help to boost that. But they said like, we think you're going to literally turn the corner now. So had to go all that, and then I did to be fair. And then so I was a little bit later. So when I was at Barwell, it was Guy telling me, get in the gym. You need to get yourself in the gym. He was like, you're good technically. So over the summer now, don't obviously concentrate on your technical ability, but get strong, get in the gym. So I did, and I improved. My body become bigger, and then I can really see from that, my first season at Barwell to the second season, that mid-season there, from the first to the second, my body changed a little bit. I become quicker, I become stronger. So that helped massively.
You fucking should have seen it, Cookie, I swear. I was scrolling through my Instagram, I thought, fucking hell, I could eat my dinner off his out here. Jesus Christ.
Wow. With those Guy Adlam workouts.
He did say to me, Guy, he was like, oh, come gym with me. I was like, yeah, all right, like that, never turned. And then you text me, where are you? He's like, you need to get on the ab roller for half an hour like this.
He'd be in the gym at like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
well, he's just a different breed, he is, isn't he? The geezer's on his deathbed and he's still at the gym. Do you know what I mean?
Going back to Guy, like he's so strong as well. Mate. Like even my dad says, like you can't get, he's just so strong. I can remember I'd be walking through at Barwell into the changing room. He'd wait for me in the door, so I'd think nothing. I'd just squeeze through. He just whacked me like this in my belly like that. So like he just whacks everyone. And I remember he was about to go out for a game. You know what he's like, walking around saying, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" Yeah. And he's went to this lad called Lucas Powell. He's went up to him and went like that, both, and he hit him, and he had 4 finger marks across his face where he's hit him. But yeah, it was kind of him who told me to get in the gym a little bit. Obviously, I wanted to do it for myself as well. Obviously, I was going on holiday, so you want to get shredded for holiday as well.
That's it, mate. Those Magaluf holidays.
Yeah. I've never been on one though. Never been on a Magaluf one. No. I missed out on one, but yeah.
He's just the epitome of it all, Guy, because understood that he knew in his head, and he said this on our pod, technically he was okay, but he understood that the way that he would influence the game the most was just running, being the strongest player on the pitch, being the loudest player on the pitch. And you know, that's uncoachable. You can't coach bravery.
No, I can remember when I was at Barwell. That's why I learnt so much at Barwell, because I can remember I used to get really annoyed because I always used to come off about the 80th minute sometimes. And I used to say to him, why am I always coming off? And he was like,
oh, you fucker.
Yeah, it didn't go down. Yeah, he's going mad at me. But he'd pull me aside. He'd be like, look, Brady, if he's not having the best game, I have to keep him on because I know he's going to win every second ball. He'll win every header in both boxes. He was like, so yours, you have to keep... If you're not having a good game, how do you stay on the pitch? Make loads of runs, non-stop running. So that was what I was thinking in my head. So, all right, if I'm not having the best of games, make sure I run extra, make sure I do this. And it works, to be fair. Like, you've got to have an influence on the game when it's not going your way. So,
absolutely, mate,
yeah, just little things like that help me out.
Yeah, definitely. How was your little stint at Nuneaton Borough?
It was good, really good, yeah. So...
Was that a step up or was that the same league?
Same league.
Same league.
Yeah,
so when Jimmy Ginelli era, yeah?
Yeah, so obviously Guy left at Barwell.
Is that when he got poorly, is it?
No, it was...
Went to Hensford, did he?
That was when he was at Hensford, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I think he just kind of had enough, really, at Barwell. He needed a break, so it was like when you said when you come out of academy football, like, what do you think's next? So when Guy left, I was like, oh, like, what's going to happen here now then? Do I stay here? Or is the new manager going to come in like me? And then Ian King come in and Brian Burrows, honestly, what a gaffer and coaches they are.
I've heard good things about Ian King.
Unbelievable.
Right,
Changed the whole philosophy,
That was my best season in football playing for them. Like, I can remember it. Because I kind of, you know, he works for the PF, they work for the PFA, don't they?
Yeah.
So when I was at, like, rugby and Tamworth doing the scholarships, we used to go to St George's Park and they were there anyway. So they kind of seen my face a little bit. And he rang me, he was like, I'm going to be like the manager and stuff. Like, he was like, I really like you and stuff like this. I want you to play like this. So that helped me out. And honestly, I played like my best football for them. They got us playing unbelievable football. I was doing really well, scoring goals. They would get me in good positions. And then Nuneaton come around and it's like I said before, always want to improve myself. I think bigger club, more fans, the top of the league. Let's go for it. And then I really enjoyed it. So you had players like Steno, Isaiah Osborne, Ryan Beswick, obviously Jimmy's the gaffer. And it was good. It was because I went from Barwell, where it was a kind of younger team. Nuneaton was more of like a winners team. Like they all wanted to win the league, all older heads. I was probably the youngest there, so I really enjoyed it. for when I was there.
Was that mid-season you went there then?
Mid-season, so I think it was around Halloween kind of time. So I went there, and I was only there for about a month until the Solihull thing came about. So,
Did Jimmy put you in? Did you get a lot of game time there, or sort of?
I play. It was so it was a bit weird for me because obviously I went from Barwell, because it's Barwell to Nuneaton. It's completely different clubs, isn't it? Like it's a different scale. As much as I love Barwell, unbelievable club. Nuneaton's a bigger, more pressure, bigger squad. So I went in, played. I actually got pneumonia. That's why I missed a couple of games at the start. Wow. So I had COVID or something, and I played a game for Barwell, and I was fucking coughing all the time. So I ended up, I had to go to hospital, and I caught pneumonia from that. So when I signed for Nuneaton, I wasn't very well. So I missed like 3 games at the start, and then when I was well, I played. So I started a couple of games. And then it was kind of like in and out. Then they were winning, so you can't really change the team because top of the league. That's what I mean. You lads miss out, so that helped me as well. Learning like when you go to big clubs, they have big squads, so you are going to come out. They are going to pick teams for that game and stuff. So yeah, but I enjoyed my time at Nuneaton. It was good. It's
a completely different sort of philosophy, isn't it? From where Guy or your manager was. Yeah, it was Guy, wasn't it? It was bringing you out.
Yeah.
Just to sort of like make you understand the system a little bit more. When you were at Nuneaton, you were being brung out because you were at a high pressure club at top of the league. And I agree with that, by the way. You can't really change a winning team.
It's not. That's what I used to, because I was so used to playing like every game at Barwell. When I went to that, I was like pulling my hair out if I weren't playing. But then I can remember Joe Magunda saying to me like, "You're at the top of the league. Like Nuneaton's a big club. Like I didn't really realise how big Nuneaton is. Like the history of it. So you got a lot of fans, and he was like, "You're gonna come out. You're gonna come in. But if over the season, if you just keep sticking at it, it will all even out." So it's just learn. Like that's what kind of really the only from my career then going to like a proper like big club. So it was just learning as well. So
isn't it crazy though how we gone from when Max started when he was 6 and 7 years old, and you're just doing it for the fun, like that's why you're doing it. And then the higher you climb, and it's sort of self-explanatory really, but I wouldn't class it as politics, but there's so much more that comes with it. Isn't there? It's a lot of things in your mind and mind games and stuff. I find it crazy. No matter how many guests we get on this podcast, you learn something new every time, or you pick something up and you sort of roll with it and think it's such a game changer.
100%.
It's huge.
Who's sort of helped you with moves throughout the time? Has your dad been involved with like sort of advice? Who'd you go for advice? Because obviously these are big clubs that you go into. And you do need that sort of someone in your head to go, look, are you sure? Because you could have quite easily stayed at Barwell. Playing football, enjoying it with Ian King, but then the Nuneaton come knocking, you go, whoa. Obviously, the Nuneaton big club, Jimmy's there, and you think, so is someone sort of giving you those advice? And also, it's like Solihull, Scunthorpe, you must have sort of a bit of advice to say
so
it's the right move for you to go.
So it was like, a lot of it is from me. It's always my decision. So obviously, when I was, it's just from knowing people. Really, to be fair, like obviously, when I was at Coes, that come around just me knowing Evo, like obviously, and then Barwell from just Guy knowing me as well, really coming around. And then when it was Ian King coming in, I was like, I had a few clubs asking about me from that level. I think it was like Hensford. I think the Nuneaton were coming in for me as well a little bit, but I wanted to stay at Barwell because I was enjoying my football, playing and stuff. So it's more like when the Nuneaton came the second time, I always like spoke for my dad, like what would you do here? He'd give me his input, and I would always think like pros and cons to everything, and it's always like always want to improve myself. That's the thing. Always test myself. I don't want to be a comfortable player. So it was always like, and I would always go to people like now. I'd speak to people like Guy Hadland now if about my moves. I'd ask him like, should I go for it? Should I do this? And it's just speaking to a lot of people, but mainly I went to like when I signed for the Nuneaton, it was more just inviting like playing in front of fans, playing like for a bigger club. It's always just I just want to go and improve, really impress.
Yeah, fair enough. That is. What about the move to Solihull then? Because that's a massive move. That is.
So that was
Solihull into step 3 Nuneaton, and they missed out on promotion and stuff like. Going from that to Solihull Moors, National League, that's a big jump. So how did that connection come around?
So when I was at Barwell, I was doing quite well, scoring a few goals, and then I went to the Nuneaton. So I was playing, and I think Solihull came and watched a couple of games, like Craig Cope. He was at Wimbledon now. He came to watch a couple of games, and he was like, just come on trial. So I went in on trial. Jimmy said, "Do you want to go in? Like, do you want to go in on trial?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be fair." Like, it's a silly not to, really. I thought, like, it's a massive club. Like I say, you just want to keep trying stepping up the levels. So I went in on trial and I did really well. Like, on the my training sessions, trained really well. It was annoying because it's middle of the season, so it's not like there's even any pre-season friendlies or stuff. So it was just kind of going on trial. I think I went for a week training with all the lads, and like obviously I knew Gudge anyway, so to help me settle in with Gudge, I was with him, and then just did really well and stuff, and they offered me a deal. So
it was Neil
Ardley, yeah. So
were they full time?
Full time, yeah. So that's the thing. Obviously, it's inviting, isn't it? I've always wanted. That's all I've worked for, is to try and be a full-time professional. So just when that come round, I was like, yeah, I may as well.
What was that feeling then, signing your professional contract?
Unbelievable, yeah. When
all that hard work from Step 6 Birstall.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like going back to advice stuff, I have an agent and stuff now as well, so that kind of helps a little bit. So that always he had that link with Solihull as well, so that always helps. So yeah, when they asked me to sign, it was Joe Taylor. He went in as a sporting director there, and he texted me saying, "Oh, they're going to offer you a deal, such and such. So come in next time, and we'll get it all sorted." So, yeah, got all that sorted. Really proud, like, just because I worked so hard throughout my life. Like when I was in my older ages, getting up, doing runs, going to the gym, doing extra training, and to finally see it pay off to be full time.
I suppose it's that thing as well. Going back to like the Walsall. Been released at 15, and it's like, well, hold on, one National League, I'm literally one league below you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You
should have kept hold of me, sort of thing.
Like you said though, Max, you were already sort of semi-prepared for this moment, because all your extra training, you got yourself into really good shape. You were going out on runs, you were going to the gym. It's sort of self-made, isn't it, that you went into full-time football? Because what you've walked into, yes, it's a different pressure, and the higher you go up the levels, there's more pressure, of course there is, but you were already, like I said, self-made into it. You were ready to step into full-time football. Yeah,
that's the thing, like, probably people don't really see it, like, you don't realise how much hard work and stuff goes into it all. Like, I was in lockdown, like, me and my mate were getting up, going to the golf course at 6 o'clock every morning and doing runs and stuff. People don't really see that. So just doing all the extra training, I was doing, Robbie Banks. Yeah. I was doing one-to-ones with him, like, all the time. Just selfing, like, I was trying to just... That's all I wanted to be, was a full-time
footballer. You invested in yourself.
Invested, yeah.
Like, you're not just waiting for that Tuesday night training session.
Did you keep yourself in the shadows, though, when you were doing all this? Were you like, because, you see some people that are flicking it everywhere, that they're doing pre-season training and stuff. It's sort of like trying to invite people on them to say, look at what I'm doing. But did you sort of work in the shadows a little bit?
100%. Like, so lockdown, me and my mate Cal, we were up every day, golf course, 6 o'clock, just doing runs, like, and you know, lockdown people were just not really asked, was they really, like? But we thought that's when you talk about my body, like you see my body, like when I saw my body change. Lockdown was so important for me, like.
Mine went the other way.
He was at the golf course at 6 o'clock every morning, but he was absolutely smashing 420 drives down the 18th. That's what he was doing.
Not me, mate.
Yeah, that was.
You bumped into your right, Max. You carry on running, son. I'm just going to the 19th hole. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. Aberston's too hard. It's too hard, Aberston.
Yeah, but that was it. Like, just doing your extra training. I was doing one-to-ones and stuff. Like, it's just trying to just get every little edge. Like, people don't really realise, like, the dedication. Like, I've never drank in my life, so it's just always
never
drank. Never been.
Found that, like, being at Barwell, especially with Guy.
I know.
Like that?
I don't know. That's what I say. Like when you said about
Coach
going, going up. I've had a lot of people have helped me on the way. It's not all me. Like, I've had a lot of people like help me and put me in the right direction. Everywhere I've been surrounded with brilliant people. But yeah, like you say, like going on the coach journey and stuff, through all on the beers, and like it's just
never interested you.
Nah, never. So my mum don't drink at all, but my dad's not really a big drinker.
Like, you don't grow up with it.
That's the thing. Like, my dad had a few pints, but I've not really been around. And a lot of my mates are the same now. None of them drink either. So it's never really interested me. So when I go on the team nights out and everyone's like, like this, it's like you got to just really just try. You got
your goals though, ain't you? You got your focus.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Brilliant.
Like,
that's
the thing.
I did draw Jan and I thought I was class. Fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Couple of loan moves though while at Solihull. Obviously, Hensford, Colville, Tamworth, Buxton. How important were those loan moves to you? Obviously, you did play a few games for Solihull.
Yeah, I played a few. Yeah.
Did you know that was coming? Probably a few loan moves here and there. And how did you find those?
So when I first signed for Solihull, Neil Ardley, he was straight up and honest. He was like, "Look, I don't think you're going to be involved this year, but you're looking for something next year." So I was like, "Oh, perfect." He was like, "We'll get you some loan moves sorted." So when I signed, I was in and around the squad at the start, on the bench and stuff. Didn't play, but and then he was like, "Right, I think you're ready to go on loan." So I wanted to go like step two. Okay. So obviously I've been at Barwell and Nuneaton, and I was like, right, let's try try and improve myself again, go to step two. But it was at that funny time of the season, no one really had budgets or was looking for players. So it was Guy was at Hensford, so he was like, come to Hensford for a month and play some games. I was like, perfect.
Big club though, Hensford.
Yeah, big
Massive
club, mate. Unbelievable club. So yeah, went to Hensford and really enjoyed it there. So I went and played for a month. There with obviously I know Guy and Danny Glover was there. So yeah, that's where I went from there.
And then like sort of how was Colville, Tamworth, Buxton, those sort of...
Yeah, Buxton's a right trek as well.
Yeah, trek, yeah. So it was weird how like these moves were coming around. So when I was at Hensford, our first game was against Colville, and I played really well in that game. So Steve-O, he liked me, and he was like, and I think he spoke to Solihull when that month's up, can Max come to us? Yeah. So Solihull said, yeah, that's fine, you can go to Colville till the end of the season, you could get a promotion under your belt. Like, they were going for the league. And that was a brilliant club, Colville, as well. Like,
shame what happened to them.
Such a shame. Like, the lads there were unbelievable. Fans brilliant. Like, I really, really enjoyed it there. And then I come into training one day at Solihull, and Neil Hardy said, we've recalled you because I think they had some injuries. So that's when I made my debut for Solihull. So that was a really, really proud moment, making my debut. It was a tough place as well. Went to Barnet, played, so I did well.
That is a tough place,
tough place. Like, so we went there. I think we had a lot of injuries, so went and got to play in them. And
how did you find that National League game? Obviously, big step. Was that? How did you feel the difference, or not really?
It was a step, obviously, because I went from like playing at Nuneaton and Barwell, where you get I was buzzing when 1,000 fans are there. When you get to the National League, it's 1,000 fans minimum every game. So I went, and Barnet's a big ground, so you got that big stand that was full. So you're walking out thinking, shit, here we go. Like this is a proper game. This is, and I felt good. Like, I did well in the game. I think we lost 2-0, but I played loads of games for Colville and Hensford, so I was match fit and stuff. So yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Do you thrive when there's a big crowd?
100%.
I can tell.
Yeah.
But I was just. This was going to be my next question, Max. As you stepped up, do you feel pressure because you come across to me like you don't?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you do.
How do you deal with it?
I don't know. Like I say, like, you know how I've slowly moved up. It's always little by little, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I was at Birstall playing in front of 10 fans. Then you go to Colville, there's 150. Then you go to Barwell, there's 300, and then the Nuneaton, there's like 700. So it's slowly just getting used to it. But I can remember when I was at Barwell, I was always buzzing to play Nuneaton because I always knew there was going to be a big big crowd there. So I don't know why, I just always enjoyed. I think a lot of players are like that.
I think it's because you care, though.
Yeah.
You got that pressure because you care, because you want to do well for whether that's yourself, your team, and the fans. So you have that. That's why it's any footballer. If they lose a game, they don't want to know. They're like down in the dumps. But that's because it means that they care, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it not hard though, Max, when you really settled at a club and you think, I really love it here. Like, the fans are brilliant, the manager's great, I love the lads, but I'm not saying that you're chasing the next one, but when you've had your moves that you've had, is it hard to be in that position where you really like it there, but you know you want to take the next step?
Yeah. So there's probably been in my career so far, like looking back at it now, I probably think, should I really have gone there? Should I really have gone there? But at the time, it's just you do something for a reason. You want to improve and go to the next level. But I remember when I was at Barwell, it was a really tough decision going to the Neaton because I loved it at Barwell. Like everything about it, the lads are brilliant. Chairman was unbelievable with me. Everything was brilliant. But obviously, I've always got in my head, I just want to get into, like, you want to be full-time football and get into the league, so you're trying to do everything you can to help yourself get there, but it is definitely hard. That was the same at Coleshill when I went to, after, I should have probably stayed at Coleshill because I would have played a lot of games, but then I tried to go to Tamworth, so it is hard, but it's just like, you make mistakes, don't you, on the way as you go. So
that's the way you learn.
It's the way you learn. Yeah.
What's sort of a couple of standout moments at Solihull for you? Obviously, I'm guessing making your debut.
Yeah, making my debut was really good.
It's got to be the FA Cup one against Bolton.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was
research.
Yeah. So my debut was brilliant. That's a proud moment because when you can say you've played. I can say I've played in the National League now. So to say that is, I think Steno said it, like, to say that you've played in the National League or even the league, it's a really good achievement. So that was a really proud moment. And then the second season at Solihull was quite a tough year for me, to be fair. Like, I didn't get a sniff, really, to be fair. But obviously, I played in some of the games like Bolton and stuff, and that was unbelievable. Like,
gives you that little taste.
Yeah. My girlfriend's from Bolton as well.
Oh, okay.
So like, it was weird. So, like, when I was first with her, we got draw Bolton, so she's like, I'm going to come to watch that. So it worked out really good, yeah. So
fair play.
Superb.
Leaving Solihull though,
yeah.
What was that feeling like? Obviously, you signed professionally.
Yeah.
You're now a professional. You're going in training full time. For them not to be offered a new deal.
Yeah.
Were you a little bit like, a bit of an unknown here?
Yeah.
A bit of like, I've not had this yet.
Yeah.
I've had clubs come in for me, you know, Barwell and Eton and all that. What was that? Especially being young as well. What have you been like? 22?
22. I was.
22. That's a young age to have that. How did you cope with that? How did you find that?
It was a bit like it was tough, to be fair, because obviously I had an agent and stuff, so that always helps out. So you always know you're gonna like get a club and stuff. Like, I remember saying to my dad, like, what do I do? He's like, don't worry, you'll get another club somewhere. Just think positively. Like I said, you know, from going Barwell to then Eton, like that little bit of more ruthless, where there's a bigger club, more fans and stuff. That was like Solihull, so it's ruthless. Like, they were going for the league, so didn't really play that much. So I kind of expected not to get a new deal, to be fair. Obviously, I went on loan a few times.
But let's not forget as well, not to an extent of now that you're sort of an adult and you've left a big club, but you had been in this position before when you were 15.
Yeah, definitely.
And being dropped from an academy.
Yeah.
So again, it's just that bounce back ability, I think, isn't
100%.
it?
It's like...
It's about the people that you surround yourself with as
definitely,
well.
Yeah. Good people, like always, people always there to help you out. That's well, in my journey, a lot of people have always tried to help me out. Like, to be fair, Andy Wing was really good with me.
I was going to ask that.
I know it was tough for me at Solihull because obviously when Ned Hardley obviously went, so Andy Wing went. Obviously, I played against when he was at Banbury for Barwell, so he kind of knew who I was.
Okay.
Kind of a little bit naive. I'm a young lad, and you got unbelievable players at Solihull like Jamie Osborne, Josh Labadie, all in my position, Carol Maycock. So kind of realised, as a manager's point of view, he's thinking of, well, you got them who have played in the league and whatever, Max has only been here. So it was kind of a little bit frustrating, but it only helps you really, like, learning the hard way a little bit. So like not playing, not being in the squad, and then going on loan. Obviously I went to Buxton as well, like you said. That was I enjoyed it there. It was tough, but that was a good learning curve as well, because obviously it's a long old trek. That is.
What are they like as a club though? I've never really had much.
It's nice there, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's
a lovely place. Adam went uni there.
Yeah,
it's a nice place.
It's nice. So I can remember Joe Taylor said, "Do you mind going to Buxton?" And I was with Jamie. We was coming back from Winter Wonderland on our Christmas do, and I said to Ozzy, they've asked if Buxton wanted me to go. I was like, where's that? He's like, don't know. So I looked at my phone. It's like an hour and 45 minutes away.
Yeah,
I was thinking, fuck, it's a long way. But it was National League North, so I've never played that. So I thought, yeah, may as well go. And brilliant, really good club. Like, get good fans and stuff. Like, there was a few fans, but it's just a trek and a half. Like, the roads are like
through Ashbourne and that,
like it's a lovely part of the Peak District, isn't it? So it's a lovely part of the country. So
how many games would you say you played for Buxton?
I think I played about 20 games for them. So I went on loan initially for a month, and then I was playing and stuff, enjoying it. And they said, "Do you want to come to the end of the season?" So Solihull were flying, to be fair. So I thought I may as well. So I stayed for the rest of that season. I did quite well, to be fair. I scored a few goals, and like I said, I can remember getting in the car and not getting back till 1 o'clock at night. So it's like again, you're always learning. It's learning curve, isn't it? But yeah, I really enjoyed my time at Buxton.
Am I right in saying then that you've played in the National North and not the South?
No, I haven't played in the South. No,
but obviously you've played in the Central.
Southern.
Thingy. What would you say that there's a big difference in the Northern League? If there is, what would there be?
Yeah, I'd probably say that is a bit of a jump. Like from step 3 to step 2, because it's a lot of like. It's more physical, very physical. Very physical.
Yeah.
Like I can remember, like Buxton was good, to be fair, because it's a nice AstroTurf there, so we played good football. But then when you go into places like Alfreton and teams like that, it was like my first game for Buxton was against Scunthorpe, so it was a proper good game. That was my first game, and it was everything's 100 mile an hour. Like there's some experienced pros in that level, because there's some good money knocking around in it now. So. Yeah, you get a lot of experienced pros dropping down, and then it's very physical there.
Always say the physicality there. When we played, when we were down Atherstone, and we played against Eccles Hill.
Yeah.
And obviously they were in the northern step
boys,
5, or step 6, whatever it was. And straight away, people, when we were getting our information and watching the videos and stuff like that. Just physical.
Yeah. Not, is it? I don't know if it's is it a northern thing?
It's definitely a northern thing.
It's like Scousers and stuff. They love they all love the football up north, don't they? Like they proper care. Like
technically, and like if you look collectively, not really the best, but we'll just
physical,
fucking run through a brick wall.
Yeah.
I think they do say that from the National League North and the South. Apparently, the South's a little bit not easier, but the North's very harder, like physicality wise.
Yeah.
So
who sort of up until like now, like who's had like a really big influence on your career and development? If you could pick up, like, is there a certain player who you attach yourself to a club, or who gave you that advice? Obviously, players like at Solihull, you mentioned like
Jamie Osborne.
Yeah, Jamie Osborne and stuff like that. Like, was there sort of someone who you really sort of took that development and taught from?
Yeah, there was a few really. Like obviously, like I say, at my Barwell experience, Guy Hadland, Ian King and Brian Burrows, they were massive for me. They really helped me out. Learnt a lot from them. And then when I went to Solihull, I'd probably say, like, learning from players like Jamie Osborne. Like,
he's a joke. Everyone raves about Jamie Osborne.
He's the best player I've ever seen and played with. Like, honestly, if you get the chance to get him on here,
we've tried. If you're listening, Jamie,
get him on. I'm pointing the camera now. Jamie Osborne.
Yeah,
come on here.
Because he's been through Solihull for years, so
he was at Grimsby as well,
Grimsby,
wasn't he?
Like to learn from. I can remember Jack Stevens saying to me at Solihull, he was like, "Mate, just watch Ozzy and just learn from him." Like I can remember some of the stuff he can do. Look at midfielder. That's how you want to play. Like I'm not just fucking licking his arse, but he's like people say, "Oh, Jamie Osborne, he's like the main man at Solihull." Honestly, he deserves to be, because he's that good. Yeah. Stoz talks so highly of him.
Yeah, and Stoz is a player within himself, isn't he?
Signing for Scunthorpe though. Another massive club.
Yeah. Different as well.
Yeah.
But obviously you've batted heads with Scunthorpe before. You've played against them, you said.
Yeah. So
but obviously they've dropped. Sorry, Max. They've dropped from. They were a really established league team.
Oh, mate, massive. Yeah.
And then dropping down. So like, but yeah, how was that like signing for someone like Scunthorpe and that decision?
So like it was kind of like I say, it's just been in, like I was. Like a few of my moves, just knowing people, but the Scunthorpe one was different because it's out of the way, isn't it? Like I ain't gonna know no one at Scunthorpe. So we played for Solihull. We played Scunthorpe in the FA Trophy, and I played a few games for Solihull in that last season, and one of them was against Scunthorpe, and I played quite well, to be fair. And my agent knew the manager there, Jimmy Dean, who's at Spalding now. Okay. He was the gaffer at Scunthorpe, and my agent was like, "Oh, I've got like one of my players play," like just talking to him as they do. and I played really well that game. So they wanted to get me on loan, I think. Apparently, my agent said, but I was already at Buxton till the end of the season. So, and then when the season finished, Jimmy Dean, who obviously my agent said liked me, he got sacked. So I was like, oh, that's gone then. So I was obviously speaking, like looking elsewhere and stuff. And then just randomly, I was in Newquay with my mate, who did my coaching with, Shozza. And I got a text off my agent saying, it was like, he forwarded a message. It was like, have you still got Max Brogan with you? And I was like, oh, where's that? He's like, oh, Scunthorpe, mate, they want to go and have a chat with you tomorrow. And I was in Newquay, like down south. So I was thinking, so I had to go up the next day and just went and talked with Andy Butler, the gaffer, and he was the assistant to that season, so he got the job. So I want to bring you in. So when a team like Scunthorpe comes around, my agent said you've got to take it. Really,
massive history.
If I didn't go Scunthorpe at the end, look back at the end of my career, and I could have gone like a club like that, I'd have regretted that massively.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
You started off the season really well.
Yeah.
For Scunthorpe, didn't you? Playing in a lot of games. So how did you find that?
Good, to be fair. Like pre-season, I felt really good this pre-season. Like I was scoring some goals, and got on really. Lads are brilliant there. Really good set of lads. So yeah, played really well at the start of the season. Like you say, it's a different. Even from like Nuneaton to Solihull is a big jump, but Solihull to Scunthorpe is a massive jump. Like completely different club. Scunthorpe are getting 4,000 fans every week. Like it's a proper. Like you say, they got relegated. So. It's just dealing with that the pressures and stuff. So yeah, it was really good. Like I started really well this season, playing a few games and stuff. So yeah, I've enjoyed it so far as Scunthorpe.
How does the conversation come about going on loan then? I've always been interested in this.
Yeah.
Does it come from yourself, or does it come from the manager? Who makes that decision to go, right, you're going to go out on loan?
Comes across an awkward conversation.
Yeah.
Because you could go to the manager and say, I want to go out on loan.
Yeah.
But then they come to you and go, you're going to go out on loan. You go, hold on.
What, do you think I'm shit then?
Yeah,
What's
a little
going
bit
on?
like that. But so yeah, like playing those games and starting and stuff, you then go on loan to Telford, where you are now, with Kev Wilkin, the gaffer.
The gaffer,
yeah.
That's his known. As is known. How does that conversation come around? Was that your decision? Was that the club's?
It's a bit of both, really. To be fair, like before I went on loan, I started like 10 or 12 games. I was doing really well, and then it was just like you say, people swap and change like different games. Like we had some like physical games coming up, and so it was changing and stuff, and it went through like a period of like probably 3 or 4 games, and I didn't really get many minutes. So I think he just mentioned to me, do you want to go out on loan for a month to get some game time? And I thought, may as well, like if you're not playing, rather go on loan and play some games. So yeah, it's a bit of I wanted to go as well. If I'm gonna sit around on the bench for another month, like there's no point. I may as well go and play some games. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I
suppose it works in both ways.
Exactly.
You're getting game time.
Yeah.
The club are seeing you perform,
so
they can keep an eye on you as well, and go, oh, actually,
the thing is though, you've got to have in the back of your mind as well, because obviously you're still with Scunthorpe now, aren't you? Obviously you're playing at Telford on loan, but
are you training with Scunthorpe?
Yeah, so I train Scunthorpe Monday and Friday now, and then train with Telford Tuesday, Thursday. Okay. So it's a bit of travelling.
You're thinking in your head though, well, I want to go back to Scunthorpe and play. So it's sort of, I imagine that you had a few clubs coming for you on loan, but it's about picking and being really meticulous about the one that you're going to pick. Because you're thinking in your head, well, I need to go somewhere where number 1 I'm going to play, number 2 where I'm going to get better. Yeah. Because my idea is I want to go back to Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe could get promoted this year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you've got to think in the back of your mind, or correct me if I'm wrong. I want to get back into that team and I want to play.
No, 100%. Like that's the thing. Like because I've played a few games, I know I can play in it. It's just getting that match. Like it's easily lost, isn't it? Match fitness. You can easily lose it after a couple of games. So just to keep that topped up, and then like you never know what happens in football. It can all literally can change like that. That's what I've realised as well with football. It can literally go like that. It's so up and down. So yeah.
How are you finding Telford?
Really good.
The dressing room.
Another big club, mate.
Another big club.
Big club.
So. Before I was going to Scunthorpe in the season, Kev rang me up in the summer asking me to sign. So I was thinking about going there until obviously Scunthorpe came around, and then so I kind of spoke to him anyway, got on really well with him, and then when I know I was going to go on loan, like you said, you've got to pick the right loan move. I had a few clubs from National League North wanting me as well, but it was like, do you want to go there? Horrible football, like sometimes tough league as well, or you can go to Telford where they'll play good football, top of the league, and just use it. Like you can obviously go and get minutes as well, and obviously help them get promoted as well, hopefully. So Kev been really good with me, brilliant gaffer, really knows his stuff, and can't say anything like bad about him so far. Nice. He's been really good.
So you mentioned at the first chance of the pod the car school straight away. Yeah. I'm going to bring it up. I'm definitely going to bring it up because obviously we've had Jimmy Armisen on, Alex Goodger,
Cole Storer,
Shane Byrne,
Matty Stenson.
We've had the original four. Gaz Dean.
Oh, my bad, Sorry, I thought you were on about the one.
The original four, Gaz Dean, Shane Byrne, Jimmy Armisen, Alex Goodger. That is the original car school.
Yeah.
You've now joined that elite club, I'd say.
What have we done?
What's happened? Have they made you do stuff yet?
No, they ain't, to be fair. Like, I've heard about the stories.
Going into McDonald's.
To be fair, they do love a McDonald's trip after training, so...
Might have to edit that bit out.
Yeah, so obviously I used to car school with Goodge at Solihull anyway, so so obviously it's good. I've knew Goodge for years anyway, so I messaged him saying, can I jump in with you? Because he's a bit of a trek. He's quite a trek, to be fair, Telford. It's
it's a long journey. Yeah,
it's a bit, I didn't realise how far actually, because it's Wales, got Shrewsbury, isn't it? So it's about an hour and 20. So they have a car school, and so I didn't realise all them were in the car school, to be fair, and like it's just.
Where's the meeting point, Max?
So Stoz and Jimmy meet in Manchester, and then Gudge and Ellis Miles meet in Tamworth. So
Ellis is Leicester, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Leicester. Yeah. So I either go both, really. To be fair, it depends. If I finish coaching, I usually just jump in with them. But
do you dread? So you drive, don't you?
What
you drive in general?
Yeah, I drive in general. Yeah.
How do you feel when it's your turn to drive? Are you nervous?
And you've got them in the car.
And you've got them. Do you ever think about stuff?
No, to be fair, they've all been good. To be fair,
little pinches on the neck, and I can imagine it.
Yeah, I've only been there 2 weeks, so probably still not at that point. But yeah, it's they're always nipping McDonald's, and like they're always fucking pissing about. Yeah, I've heard about the drive-through stories, but we haven't done that yet.
Maybe they're just bedding you in.
Mate, yeah. Well, we're going to give you full permission now, lads, to go fully in on Max. If you're listening to this, you can start fucking pinching him, and obviously be safe, please. But
don't crash my car.
Yeah, be safe.
Turn around one day and one of them's fucking naked in the back of your car. That's what you got to fucking worry about.
Let's talk about your coaching school.
Yeah.
Path to Pro.
Yeah, so...
how's that going for you?
Really good, to be fair. So, me and my mate, Finney Sherritt, we just thought... We used to work, Callum Powell?
Yeah.
We used to work for his company doing
CP.
one-to-ones. Yeah, CP. And he's like killing it. So, we were there and we thought, there's nothing really around here, like in Aviston or this area, who do one-to-ones. So we thought... fuck it, let's just try and see what we can do. And we got some really good responses from it. We've got quite a few bookings, and now we've been going like over a year and a half now, nearly 2 years. And it's going good, so it's enjoyable just to help the young kids and stuff, like improve them, and obviously you get some really good, it makes me laugh coaching, because you actually get some really good little characters in and around, and you meet loads of new people, so it's doing really good.
It's good for, like, obviously you're a local lad, Aviston,
yeah.
So it's great for that, like, because you can... obviously maybe link it with the club here, and there's so much you can do and bring into that. And you do all age groups, do you?
All age groups. So we coach 3-year-olds up all the way up until we have Alfie Bates. He didn't want some sessions with us as well. So we have to do all ages, really, to be fair. But it's going really well.
Yeah, where about you? Do you sort of do around like locally?
Yeah,
here?
so we're based in Grendon. Yeah. And then, because of the weather's terrible in the winter, we also go over to Hinckley at Leicester Road AstroTurf over there. Yeah. So we do that. So it's going.
It's football non-stop for you, isn't
football, that's the thing. Like, it's just meant like
nothing better than earning money off. And let's be realistic, because you're coaching, but you're earning money from it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing better than earning money from doing something that you actually want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really good for you as well, Max, because looking on here, and this is no disrespect to you, he's got more clubs than Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And he'd
loan after loan.
And he'd learn something different at every single one of these clubs. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important that you're spreading the message the right way by giving your knowledge to the generation of today.
100%.
You know, it's a good thing to do, and it's really satisfying as well, isn't it? When you get that kid and you're teaching him or her a certain thing, and then suddenly it pays off, or you get a message from a parent, little Johnny scored at the weekend, and this is what he did.
That's what we have like a group chat of like everyone who books in, and like sometimes over the weekend you'll get photos of kids holding the man of the match trophy and stuff, and like when the parents say thank you so much, like how much him or her have improved, and they love the session. It makes you smile, to be fair.
What goals you got for it though, mate? Where do you want it to go?
As big as we can, really, to be fair. Like we do like 1-to-1s and stuff. Started doing like 2 or 3-to-1s now as well, but we want to just keep progressing. Really, like we look at like companies like Callum Powell and all them. We want to get to that point really with it, so
running your own teams and stuff.
Running your own teams. You never, like, it's the thing, like, you never know what's coming in the future, so you never know what you could fall into. I think
you're doing the right things and the right steps. And I think even though you're young and it's mad, like, but the amount of experience you've had and players and stuff.
And it's good as well, because I think we've got to that point where it's like we have a little bit of experience, obviously not as much as like people like Stods and stuff, but it's more like we're in that younger generation where we understand like you got to enjoy your football as well. That's what we try and make the kids always come with a smile. There's no point doing anything now without a smile on your face.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you next, and it's really good that you've brought that up. So, I mean, you've not got to name names or anything like that, but I imagine that it has happened, because when I coached, I had my own one-to-one thing. You had these kids come up to you quite a lot. Do you get asked questions such as like, how can I make it pro? What have I got to do to make it pro? Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, obviously a few kids, like, even when I'm at like Scunny and you meet they always ask these questions, and I always say like, you got to work hard in anything you do. Like, nothing comes. People who do well, they don't just do well just luckily, do they? It's always hard work and enjoying what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to perform the best, are you? So that's what I find with my football at the minute. Everyone probably says it, like, if you don't, when I enjoy it, you play with that little extra bit of freedom and that little bit. You want to go to football and stuff. So if you just enjoy yourself, that's the main thing, and just working hard.
It's about being transparent as well, though, and being honest with them.
100%. That's the thing, especially in football. That's all you want is a bit of honesty, don't you?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Obviously, don't tell them, oh, you're
shit.
Obviously, you got to, because that's what I try and tell a lot of parents as well. Like, everyone's development's different as well. You've probably definitely seen it as well. Like, some kids, like I know, who haven't been good, and then they've turned out to be unbelievable. Like, if you look at people like J Rowe, Callie Stewart, have all done well in the games, probably never been in academies, or they've just developed at different ages, and everyone's different. You see a lot of kids who are flying when they're younger, and they kind of drop out of it. It's everyone develops at different times.
Definitely. We're going to go on some quick fires. You haven't escaped it yet. Quick fires time. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing this. It's been different insight, definitely.
Absolutely, mate.
From a younger mind.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah, really.
He's a natural, isn't
he? He is a natural.
He's done well.
I'm going to kick off. Best player you've played against so far?
Oof.
Who's given you a bit of a tough time, or you stepped on the pitch and gone, bloody hell, or come off the pitch and they've been...
I'd say the biggest name was Cameron Jerome at Bolton.
Really?
Bolton. Yeah, he played in that. So that's probably the big. He probably wasn't the best on his day, but he's probably been one of the biggest names. Obviously, when you're at Walsall, and you play against like the academies, I've probably played against a load of big names, but I just didn't know who they were. Yeah. So I've probably played against some big names, but when I played against Bolton, he played, so that was a big name.
Fair play.
Okay. Who would you say is the best player you've played with? We've already sort of...
Yeah, Jamie Osborne.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Obviously, Richard Stearman was at Solihull as well, and he's probably had one of the best careers, but he's obviously getting to his older ages now, so he's wasn't really playing as much, but yeah, Jamie Osborne.
Fair play. What about favourite memory in football so far?
Favourite memory? Probably making my debut for Solihull. I think it was quite a proud achievement, and I felt like I did well on the day, so it kind of makes it a little bit better.
Definitely.
Away from football then, mate, let's open him up a little bit. Favourite TV series or programme?
Ooh. Favourite TV...
These Gen Z kids, let's find out what they're watching. Hey?
I was going to say Love Island.
I'm into that at the All-Stars in a minute. But I'd probably say the couple, like, you know, you've got Prison Break's probably my favourite.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. I could watch that over and over again. But
it's like watching it off, in my opinion. The breakout, then the back in, and the breakout again.
But then, like, the main one, you know, you've got, like, Benidorm, In-Betweeners, and all that. Like, do you know what's an old one? Like, my mum will laugh at this. You never heard of On the Buzzers?
Yeah, oh, mate, my old man, all the time.
Oh, I love that. I don't know why. It's black and white, but my mum loves it as a kid, and I still watch it now. I don't know why.
Class.
Biggest name in your phone book? I reckon you got some.
I reckon he's got some good ones. Oh, look at him! Look, he knows. Look.
He knows. He's got
I've got like obviously Richard Stearman. He's quite a big name.
Yeah.
But I used to coach for the Mark Albrighton Academy.
Nice.
So I've actually got Mark Albrighton's number.
Nice.
I've never texted him or
a
rang
local
him.
lad, ain't he? Tamworth,
I've never texted him or rang him, but he's saved it.
Yeah. That's it, mate. All my best phone numbers I've picked up from this podcast. I'd say. Yeah. Favourite takeaway, if you have any. Not by the looks of it.
Yeah. Takeaway. Chinese or Domino's, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Domino's.
Good one. Nice.
What about an idol growing up? Who did you look at?
Oh, idol. Messi, I'd probably say, yeah, because obviously he's unbelievable. But I liked, when I was a kid, I was always very small. Well, got to that bit where I was small, so I just liked the way he played. It didn't really matter if he was small. So my dad loves Messi as well, so we always used to...
This ain't on it. Who do you support, man?
Tottenham I support, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick an idol at the minute.
Yeah, really got one.
It's tough time at Tottenham at the minute, isn't it?
It is, mate. What was your first ever live game that you went to?
My uncle's a big Villa fan. He's a season ticket holder, so I think he took me to a Villa game. Actually, I think they played Villarreal in a pre-season friendly at Villa Park. So I think David Villa played in that game actually.
Nice.
So I wanted to watch that, and then my dad and me and my mate went to watch an England game at Wembley years ago. That's the first ones I remember watching.
First one.
Yeah.
Do you have any superstitions?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a weirdo with some of them, to be fair. Like, you have it's weird because I'll do some stuff and then, like, I'll play well and I'll do it, and then if I have a stinker, I'll sack that off. Like, but usually, like, just, you know, the right foot, left foot, and then I'm a bit weird. Like, if I touch something, I've got to touch it with my left hand, and just weird things like that.
Oh,
yeah,
mate, that ain't weird
things.
compared to some of them that we've had on here.
I see some like some OCD things, and I think, like, there's some weird ones. You've heard any bad ones?
What, us personally, or ones that we've heard?
Just both.
Oh no, who was it? Tom Tonks. That was a bit.
Tom Tonks was.
I always like to hear these.
Yeah, it wasn't a weird one, but he does it where he has to wake up at 9:04 on the Saturday.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah, and
because he likes number 4.
Number 4 he loves, and then with his shirt, when it's hung up, he will go up, across, like that on his shirt.
Oh, okay. Draw 4
on the back of his shirt. What other ones?
Lav's had one where he had to wear everything the same, didn't he? All the same brand.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
So from top to bottom, boxes, socks, everything was all like Ralph Lauren or all Nike or whatever. I thought that was a bit like, you got to have a good wardrobe for that. Like,
I had a really weird one, to be fair, and obviously I've had nowhere near the playing career that you had. I'm just local Sunday League player. It's really weird. This is the first time I've had me. I used to have to make myself sick before a game. Oh mate, I did.
How? That's horrible.
I don't know if it was nerves. Mainly probably because I was hungover. But
I'll probably go with that one.
Mate, honestly, I used to have to even if nothing come up, I'd just have to make myself sick.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
I'll probably do stuff, you know, like not realising now.
Yeah.
It. Like, I can remember before a game, you know, when I like to put like people's highlights on when I'm sitting at home, you know, like Bellingham or like Modric. I'd always, for a set period, watch the exact same video before every single game. So I'd have like 3 videos I'd watch. I'd just do all that. But little weird things.
I'm going to add one here, Cookie, if I can. If you had to listen to one song before football for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, very good one. Do you know what? When we was at this season, I don't know if you've probably heard of it. You know, when they do a playlist and everyone has to pick 2 songs to put in. We've done that, and I'll put, you know, the Jess Glynn song. Is it Jess Glynn? Don't Be So Hard on Yourself.
Yeah.
I'll put that in, and I think that got a few good reactions.
You ready to
say? Yeah, I know. Got to go in.
Super.
Yeah, but I don't know. Probably like a Drake song or something. Yeah, something crap.
These young
kids. What would you be?
I like this. He's asking
it.
Yeah. We need to get him on every week.
You got any jobs?
He's taking your job, mate.
Mate, do you want to know something? My playlists are
Mine's
random,
so
mate.
random.
Yeah, mate. At 1 minute I'll be listening, like before a football game, mate. I could listen to Slipknot before a football game, but then on the flip side of it, I could listen to Drake.
Yeah.
But for me, any garage,
Really, yeah.
oh mate, before football, just because that's what it was nostalgic. That's what you grew up
Shit,
on.
yeah.
You know.
Do you know, I used to listen to Don't Stop Me Now, actually, that all the time.
Queen?
Yeah, I used to I don't know what, I seen a TikTok and it was Gerard and they had that music in the background, so every time I put that on, it made me just think of that, so that actually got me going, actually, to be fair.
Yeah. What about you? When you
mate,
were putting your rubber gloves on to do the physio,
This is probably weird. This is probably a bit weird. Like,
God.
I'm massively into like my grime.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Like
yeah,
Skepta,
both really, yeah.
Wiley, all that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Fire in the Booth you love as well, don't you?
Yeah.
I grew up with that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Like SBTV and all that.
Yeah, mate,
nice.
Jamal Edwards.
To be fair, I like putting on gigs talking the hardest. That's like
good
that
one.
genre in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
good one.
I like all those artists.
Mate,
I still listen to them now. Like they're like.
I've got one on my Instagram. I'm going to send it to you later.
Oh, no.
Superb it is.
I've seen him rap as well, which is unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
He can rap.
You're not going to get me to do it now, so don't even ask.
I've seen him do a rap battle on the back.
Yeah, I had a rap battle with
Mo
Yassin. God bless him if he's listening. Yeah, he tried to step to me and I just had to spit a quick 16 in his face and he didn't like what I said.
that's the worst one after the initiations as well. They're terrible.
You're not a fan?
I do them, but no one really likes.
Did you go safe?
There's still some good ones.
I just go like, probably say Valerie or something like that.
Yeah.
But there's lads who proper love like getting up there, don't they?
There was one the other day, weren't there, that was going viral. I don't know what level it was or who it was, but there was one that was on come up on my Instagram. Yeah.
Let's move on. Favourite holiday destination?
Favourite holiday? Marbella has been good. I like that, but I'd probably say America's good. I've been to Florida a couple of times, and that's brilliant. I'm actually going Thailand this summer, so I think that's going to be. Everyone says how good that's going to be, so that'll probably be
Nice. Go on, you finish us off then.
This is going to be. Well, I don't know. I still think he's got one of these in him.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
100%.
Best team night out.
Oh, see, this is what I was thinking before. I ain't got the stories like Studs and Gudge, but best team night out.
Obviously, you still, even though you don't drink, you
still
go.
I always still go. Yeah, always still go. We went to with Solihull. We went to Winter Wonderland. That was really good.
Yeah, good.
Fancy dress as well.
Fancy dress.
Expensive though. Mate.
Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah. To be fair, Stearman sorted us out with like a booth in there or something. So obviously you have the kitty from the fines and stuff, so that pays the majority of it. But we went to Winter London on fancy dress, so that was a good laugh.
What did you guys?
Willy Wonka, I was. And then we went to Liverpool. I was Ali G this time, which was good.
Super.
You always, I don't know if you've heard of it. They always do like alphabet, and you have to pick out a letter.
Okay.
So you spin your hand round and you pick out a letter, and you got to dress up as something of that letter. So
nice.
It's always good.
That helps out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Until you get like Z or something. Yeah. Do you know Connor Hall?
Yeah,
but he got
Brackley.
Yeah, he got V, so he went as Michael Van Gerwen. Like he got a bowl cap and everything.
Yeah,
brilliant. And a lad got V, and he went as is it Venus Williams?
The tennis player.
He went as her. So
mate, I'll just go as a Viennese whirl or something like that if I got V.
This one lad got K. He bought a ketchup bottle.
Yeah,
ketchup bottle. Like everyone was like, crap that.
Super.
That's fair play.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Max.
No, thanks very
brilliant,
much.
mate.
Superb, mate.
Obviously, great to hear from a young lad coming through those non-league ranks and earning his stripes, I'd like to say.
Yeah.
And obviously playing at a good level and doing well, mate. So it's good that
local lad as well.
Local lad, which is nice.
No,
obviously doing well with Path to Pro as well with your coaching school, which is class. We'll link that down below and stuff and make sure that's known. But yeah, we wish you all the best this season, mate.
No, thank you very much.
I think we need to go watch the Telford game.
We do need to go watch the Telford game.
That will tick off a lot of
players
that we need to go and watch games.
Yeah. Not going in the car school though.
I think we should.
You reckon?
I think we should hire a minibus.
Yeah, get us all
collect
in.
everyone up.
We get rich with the free cameras in the back of somebody's car.
Yeah.
and pick everyone up, go to Macca's.
Yeah,
you know,
go
all
Macca's drive-through.
Yeah, get Jimmy to fall over with all his toffee sundaes on his thing.
I think that would be a good clip. That would be.
Yeah, let's
definitely.
get it booked in, mate.
Definitely.
Thank you, mate.
No, thank you very much for having me. Really enjoyed it.
All the best for the season.
Thank you.
And keep it up, mate. Top
Thank
work.
you. Cheers.